Hello everyone and welcome back to the Stock Estate everyone, where we learn how to swing trade and invest with risk management. And for my old subscribers, who are already here, welcome back. For my new subscribers or my new viewers, hello, welcome to this channel. We use technical analysis as well as, our risk management strategies, to help guide us in our swing trading. And in today's video, as the title suggests, we are going to be exploring a little bit more about sectors. And why is it important to us swing traders? Because for swing traders, we have such things called overnight risk, where when we hold a security over to the next day, we probably will have, risk that it will gap down or gap up the next day. That means in pre-market or after hours, they probably have moved some amount during pre-market hours. So for us, we are susceptible to sector changes or sector news, which might drag down the entire sector and all of its stocks. So we need to pay attention to, what are the strongest sectors that is coming for the coming week and play those sectors. And we will use the stock estate, a technical analysis as always. For my old subscribers, I always emphasize on a few things such as, look at here, okay, we have long-term trend. We always want to buy in an area of value. We want to have a trigger to enter, and as well as craft or exit strategy. And for my new viewers right here, what I'm doing that's a little bit different from many other channels is a lot focused on risk management as well as the enterprise and exit strategy, to manage your downside as well as maximizing your upside. So this is not more of a news channel, but more of a risk management channel. So if you're into that, do subscribe to the channel and smash the like button. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the sector analysis for this week and which are the sectors that I think will be the hot ones that we could play off of, and as well as the sectors that we need to be a little bit more wary, a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so let's jump straight into the charts. So what I like to do is, let me just give you a straight overview of the major markets. Okay, Nasdaq is up last week. Nearing to the end of the week was a very, very strong close. You can see NYSE also going upwards pretty good. SPX, which is the S&P 500, also up 1%. And the EMAX Composite also up 2%. You can look at across the board, generally quite green. And now let's go into the major indices. Dow also up. Only thing is Dow a little bit down is the Dow utility. So besides that, everything else was pretty fine. Now, let's jump into the more important part, which is the sector analysis. And I'm going to keep it quite brief. Any questions you can leave in the comments down sections below. And I just want to give you a quick update before tomorrow's video, which is my top 3 swing trade stocks video. And I'm pretty sure you'll be more interested in that as well. So do stick around. So today, let's take a look at consumer discretionary. Okay, consumer discretionary are sectors that, have they are a bit more susceptible to the market cycle. So in Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, they have different kinds of demand, and hence they fluctuate a little bit in different quarters. So consumer discretionary was up a little bit. You can look at the graph over here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit for all of you. Down here, right? Let's take a look. XLY over here, you can see that is in an uptrend, and recently it's a little bit choppy. This is what I call a choppy or a weak trend, because it's chopping up, down, going in and out of the moving averages, which is seen by here. The first one is the 20 moving average. This is the 50 moving average, and this is the 100 moving average. You can see that, apologies, this is the 200 moving average, and you can see that it is trading in and out of these moving averages, so a little bit more choppy. But however, okay, you can see that over here, right, that is approaching a what? A top. Okay, so this is the second top, and potentially it could pull back, and has been running for the past 3 days already. So you can see this 1 green candle, 2 green candle, 3 green candles, 3 green candles in a row. Hence, I would be a little bit more concerned or a little bit more wary of, playing XLY or consumer discretionary companies or companies which are in this sector. All right, let's go into XLP itself. XLP or consumer staples, I would say, is one that you might want to play. Is more of like it's not the best out of all the sectors, but I'll say this is one of the top few, or I'll say the second place, because it has been beaten down like a dog. Okay, last 3 days was red. Last day was also red as well, because honestly, it's due for a pullback a long time ago, because it has been on a monster rally, right? Since when I called it out, right, since last week, monster rally up 1, 2, 3. Okay, and I called out that consumer staples might be the play, and it was the play. So it went up 1, 2, 3 bars, then it pulled back. So most likely we will get kind of a bounce over here, because it has been quite oversold. But however, right, what we can see is, we want to see some kind of a bounce. Okay, and what do I mean by this? So let's go into Yahoo Finance, which is the charts that I use here. You can use whatever else platform you want to use. You want to do Think or Swim, you want to use other platforms, it's fine as well. But I think Yahoo Finance is one that's available to all and it's free to use. So you can use your analysis on these charts as well. Now let's take a look, right? We are here at XLP, Consumer Staples, right? This is the one that I felt that have a little bit more of a trend. And we look at the 1 day chart. Okay, 1 day chart right here. We have a nice little bounce, or we have been pulling back, okay, a little bit, okay, since then. Okay, you can see the similarity. So this was a 3 bar up, 3 bar down, and we have been consolidating a little bit, okay, all the way here. You can see there's a lot of pushing over here. There's a lot of indecisiveness whether it will go down or not. So the worries here is, okay, it might gap down even further to the moving average before heading up again. But what I want to see is we want to go down to the 1 hour time frame, which is my secret sauce, and which is the one that I feel that's a little bit more applicable to us swing traders, because the hour by hour gives us a little bit more detail about where to place our stop loss and where can we potentially find a bounce. Then you ask me, why don't I go to 15 minutes, 5 minutes? Okay, you could, but there's too much information. Okay, you don't want to overcomplicate things. 1 hour is a deep down and small enough for you to see the finer details. Okay, you go into the 2 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, then you are more of like a day trader, not really a swing trader. Okay, so 1 hour time frame, let's take a look. 1 hour all the way down here. You can see that it has been pulling back. Okay, and it has been respecting, or you can see it has been bouncing off this 50 moving average quite a few times. Okay, it's been respecting quite a little bit. The other time it went up, it has been a strong trend, retraced, okay, followed this trend, then went on a monster run, then retraced. Okay, what you can see over here is this area. Can you look at this area over here? Let me just take a look. Okay, this area over here, right? This area is potentially called a bearish, a bullish reversal pattern, which is the bears push it down all the way down here. Then the bull says, hey man, okay, this is too cheap. Okay, then they bought it up all the way again, and this entire bar covers the red bar. So again, it came down again, but it's making a lower high. Okay, and it went down again to this potential level of support, which is the moving average, the 50 moving average, which is respected quite a few times. So what I want to see, if you want to buy in this sector, you want to swing trade this sector, right? You want to see a nice little green candle that rejects. Okay, it can close, it can open below, but as long as it ends the day, right, green, okay, and closes above, right, then you might want to go in. And as I said, okay, there is an area of value, and the trigger to enter is a bullish engulfing candle, which is the one I pointed out. And you can plan an exit strategy of how do you want to get out of this kind of trade. Okay, so you can set your stop losses below here, and you can swing it to the further upside. Okay, all the stocks that's trading similarly to the index itself. And that is for XLP. You want to have a confirmation. So energy, let's look at energy. Okay, energy, okay, has been monster run, and now it's at the consolidation area near this moving average. Okay, it's just been fighting a little bit. Okay, for XLE, I wouldn't want to play too much on this, but you could, especially you can find those outliers that are still on a strong trend. But again, the overall sector, in my opinion, is still in a sense consolidating, so there won't be any much huge moves that's coming. Unless fundamental news comes out, like maybe, I don't know, the ship got stuck, this kind of news, right, that might move the companies. But all I'm analyzing here is purely based on price movements, but fundamentals always trump a technical analysis. Okay, so that's why, again, we do not want to trade into any big fundamental news that's coming up, like economic releases, a lot of things, and you have to be very mindful of this kind of big data that's coming out. So XLE, okay, don't think there's much things that's going to be going on. So there won't be a lot of movements, I feel. Okay, so XLF, okay, XLF, you can see trades quite similarly to XLE. Okay, again, is consolidating near this area. So again, I will see that it consolidating for a little bit more, and hence I won't see any big breakout unless big catalyst comes for the sector itself. Healthcare has been pulling back, but similarly to consumer staples, okay, it has been pulling back a little bit. Okay, but I can see more downside because again, this has been you can see it's making high highs, then lower lows, and it might retrace back again to the level. And again, healthcare sector is made up of a lot of biotech companies, so I don't really touch a lot of healthcare companies unless I can see big catalysts coming for it, or healthcare sectors or biotech companies. You'll do best analyzing individual companies on its own and not really the ETF. So again, healthcare, XLF, I don't really touch it much. XLI, industrial ETF, okay, all-time highs, no, don't touch it, because when it's at all-time highs, the risk reward is not as good, because again, it's at all-time highs, right? The higher chance that you will pull back to a moving average and leave you in the dust. So when a sector is at all-time highs, I wouldn't really want to touch it. So industrials, not really. All right, so the biggest one I feel that has the most potential is XLB. And why XLB? XLB is a trending move. Okay, let me take a look. Okay, trending move, trend capture, where you want to play most of the trend capture plays. XLB, right, which is here, materials, basic materials, aluminium, copper, silver, this kind of plays, okay? And you can see that the good thing about this, I can see 3 candles that's been pulling back, but it actually show 1 candle of confirmation, which is actually going up further. So again, it has been tracing up, down. You can see there's a nice little channel that's coming up. Okay, let me go to the charts to show you a little bit more about what do I mean by that. And you can see the 1-day chart, right? The 1-day chart is, look at this, okay, very strong, very strong, trending pattern upwards, okay, followed respecting the moving averages. Okay, again, respecting this 50 moving averages quite well, and I can see that, this pullback is starting to get a little bit weak, okay, and once we go to the let me just draw my doodle again, my favorite doodle. Okay, and you can see once, okay, it draws down back here, right? These moving averages go up again. There's strong pressure, that's not allowing this company to go down. Again, it is at its all-time highs, but again, it has been pulling back. There's been 2 red days, right? But however, there's this 1 red candle, 1 green candle that's been showing signs that hey, okay, this is consolidating and maybe coming up for a higher pullback. Okay, for a higher, making it a higher high. So again, I want to see it pull back more into this moving average over here, and then bursting out to the further upside. Okay, so again, materials, right? I can see quite bullish things coming for materials, and as well as the technical patterns itself. As long as it respects this 20 moving average, I can see it going on a monster run, making high highs into the next week. So that's why XLB, I feel there's a lot of potential. Okay, we look into the 1-hour charts as well. XLB has, let's clear our drawings. Okay, again, you can see that it's consolidating quite a little bit. Okay, struggling a little bit. Okay, as long as you can hold above this area, right, of support, which is, okay, as long as you can hold above this area, okay, which is around 78, right? Okay, I can feel that this sector has quite strong things going on for it, and it has chance to break up to the further upside. Okay, and that's for XLB, which is the play that I think has potential for the coming week. Okay, let's look at technology. Okay, which is a lot of the newer investors are more familiar with. Okay, a lot of the hype sectors are in the technology sector. Technology, again, very choppy, but this technology, right, has been going on a monster run the last few days. It wouldn't surprise me if next week there will be a small little correction. So again, technology has a good chance to run up to its all-time highs again, but I will be very careful because I'll wait for a little small pullback, just like here, right? See, it was reaching the all-time highs, right? But then it reversed back all the way down here, then reversed back all the way down here. So again, we must be very careful for a reversal. Okay, so again, it might consolidate for a little bit further before running up to its all-time highs, because I can see technology going to be quite choppy for the next couple of weeks. So technology, be a little bit more careful. Okay, size your positions accordingly. Okay, utilities all-time highs. Okay, what I can see is there's been a good mixture of red candles and green candles. Okay, you can play this. You might be able to play this sector if it consolidates a little bit more. So utilities also you might be able to play. Real estate, okay, all-time highs. Okay, and pullback and all-time high and 1 big green candle, right, to its all-time highs. Okay, and trading very far away, very far away from its moving average. So again, this sector, I'm not really very interested because it has run up too much. Okay, has too much downside to correct to the moving averages. Okay, unlike you can look at XLB, right? It's 1-day chart. Okay, it's not trading so far away from the moving average, so that's why I felt that this was actually a better play. See, it's trading very close to its 20 moving average. It's not too far, but this is trading really very far. So not really that interested in that. XLC, okay, communications, okay, staging a very strong reversal. Okay, this could be actual play as well to its further upside, but I won't be surprised to see a small little pullback, then for it to rally a little bit higher, and that's XLC. So that's it for the sector analysis for next week. And I hope you guys have enjoyed a lot and understand a little bit more about how the overall markets can affect how our swing trades will turn out. So again, you need to play with the sector, okay? Don't play against the sector, because sector news ultimately does affect our stock trades itself. Alright, I hope you have a nice Saturday and stay tuned for tomorrow's video, which is the top 3 swing trade stocks for next week. And I shall see you again in the next video. And before you go, comment down in the sections below, which sector do you think will be the hottest one and why, and smash the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel for more information like this, and I shall see you guys in the next video. Stock State out.